breeze the light, fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 I'm safe and
Hey, good morning everyone. This is Ian Ducal. Today is a very special day because while I'm working earlier, I was able to check the number of followers here in my stream, and you guys are just awesome. You actually did it. We actually did it. We actually surpassed the goal that we have, because the goal that we have yesterday, I think that yesterday or last October 28th stream, is that we actually needed until we actually upped the ante and we actually needed 25 followers for this October. But you guys are just awesome. We actually exceeded the number of followers that we have. We reached at least the 28th. This isn't just the end of the month. It isn't the end of the month right now. We actually expecting to at least hit 30 by the October 31st. So you guys are just awesome. Thank you so much. These guys actually followed the stream or the channel while I'm offline, so I'm going to do a shout out, a special shout out for you guys, since you're just awesome. Thank you so much, Ivan Mano 90, for following the stream. I hope you're having a good day. Jimmy Pie, thank you so much for following. Carlo Ree, thank you so much for following. Jamiel Pix, thank you so much for following. Luda Crispier, thank you so much for following. I hope you're having a good day. And Yabile, thank you so much for following. Yabile, we'll see you in Baguio after this pandemic. Thank you so much for following. Alright, so there's nothing much that I'm going to do for this stream. This is just a dedicated shout out for those followers while I'm offline. So thank you so much for those support. If you're going to check the title of the stream, we're also going to code some basic OBS countdown timer, as you can see on the beginning of the stream, because actually I'm having an issue just like that, because I'm having an issue back then. The watchers or the viewers is just staring at the stagnant screen. So after the stream had started, they don't actually know if they're just waiting for the stream to start or not. So it is a good thing to add a countdown for Streamlabs. If you're going to use an overlay, I think that isn't much of a problem. But if you're using a stack OBS, you're going to encounter some problems, because you rarely find this kind of scripts laying around. I can't find one in Google, so that's the reason why we're building one. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I actually had this written down. I actually uploaded two on GitHub, but for this stream I'm going to code this live so that you can be able to see the process. This is actually the repo that I've uploaded 10 hours ago. So yeah, I did it on my free time, done some research on how to correctly do it, because I'm actually in the middle of switching from Python 2 to Python 3, and that's the reason why we're going to adjust the syntaxes a little bit. But nonetheless, I was able to properly do it. You can go to my GitHub, github.com/Adrian Ducal. You can find the public repo of OBS Stream Countdown. It is written purely in Python. I didn't use any other language besides Python for this. So again, thank you so much for the follows. If there's any followers for today, I hope you're enjoying the stream as well. If you don't like the stream, feel free to you know, drop some comments or follow to support, or if you are kind enough, you can tip or donate. That would be a great help. So let's create a directory first. Let's name this countdown. I actually got off from work today. That's the reason why I might be look tired or doesn't have a lot of energy to do the stream, but for you guys I'll be doing this because you're actually supporting me and had followed me when I'm offline, so it's time to return the favor. So let's go to countdown. So it doesn't have any file yet. Let's create a text file because we're going to need that. We're going to name this as counter text. Just going to save this for now. We really don't have to put in anything in there. Let's create let's name this as a timer. Okay, so let's save this first. Oh shoot, let's save this first and let's save this first and let's do this because I might forget this one. You need to make this Python code executable. So if you're using a Linux system, you can just sudo chmod 755 to make it executable. Timer.py. Okay, so if we're going to check it out, it's actually been an executable, so we can just return. Let's do shebang. So you might be new to Python programming, or maybe not a programmer or a web developer at all. For programmers and developers who's watching this, if you're going to watch this, the reason why we're putting this shebang user bin Python tree is that in order for us to just run this file without using Python, for example Python timer.py, because usually without this shebang here, you are required to input the file. Like you need to specify the compiler, which is Python tree. Let me save this and give an example. So if you're going to not indicate the shebang, you're actually required to do this kind of thing whenever you run the code or the script or the program, something like that. Oh, I think I might interchange that. So by having the shebang, you actually just need to input as long as the file is actually switched to executable. You can just do this and there shouldn't be any problem. I think I messed that up. Let me switch to that. Okay, so we have that right, just like that. So there's two ways for you to run this. Either you're going to remove that shebang and just do input the compiler, which is Python 3, and input the file, which is timer. This will going to cause some issue for you during testing because you actually need to type this thing out, or you know, the basics of it. It's much better to put the shebang. Just you can use this shebang user bin Python 3. So for this, we're going to need to for this, we're going to create a variable time. Let's put input to accept, you know, specific numbers. So let's say enter enter time, but we need to actually specify that we're going to use seconds for this, so because it's much easier to do that than to put in separate second, minutes, and hours. So in seconds. Okay. There's actually a cat outside, if you can be able to hear that. What the fuck is going on here? I don't know why, but whenever I do coding, there's always a cat moaning outside. Maybe it's a mating season. Philippines is actually getting colder as the Burmans, or you know, because we're nearing Christmas, and the winter wind from China and Japan is actually going down here in the tropical areas of the Asia. So that's the reason why. Maybe it's cuddling weather, or it's a cuddly weather. It's cuddling time for those cats. Those lackey bastards. Okay, let's create a function. We'll name this counter. Well, actually, what is that? Oh, come on. Seriously, cats? Because I know that those cats can be heard on this mic. I do have filters set up for the OBS, noise cancellation, and good shit, so that I can make my voice even greater, even though I don't sound like this. But yeah, I'm actually watching the decibel meter right now on the audio mixer, but I hope that you're not hearing those cats. I bet you heard that. I bet you heard that. So here's the function, the method. I do apologize, guys, if I pause a lot on this stream. You know, occasionally I do have some tics, like and such, but you know, if I'm tired from work, I usually eat and sleep right away. But yeah, it's a special occasion, so to hell with it. Let's do this. We're going to need to read the file. So the objective for this... Come on, those cats are annoying. The objective for this code, or the script, is to read the file that we've created, which is counter.txt. Update the file every second. Let's change that. Create a countdown. Create a countdown and then update the file every second, so that the OBS can use it. as a counter. This is actually pretty basic for those of you who've been coding for a while. Well, in the beginner stage, you can definitely do this. There's nothing wrong writing this one. It's actually pretty easy, but since I've been switching from one language to another and from different frameworks, I kind of forget the syntax for Python 2, let alone know the or master the Python 3. I occasionally look Google up in the documentation so that I can be able to correct those inconsistency in my code. Because there was this project that I did. It's actually a pretty easy project of a student. It requires me to write some CLI Python script. The main issue is they require Python 3, and most of the syntaxes that I use on that code is actually Python 2. So yeah, for that student, if you're watching the if you're watching this stream, I do apologize. But I bet you can defend your code. Just defend it. I already wrote your code. The only thing that you need to do is to defend it. Provide some reason on why you did that. Something like that. Okay. So we need to read the file. We're going to name this file. No. File is actually a reserved name in Python. Let's name this as text. No, we're going to name this as F, because text is F. Open. Counter.text. I do apologize if I pause occasionally, because I'm still trying to remember those correct syntaxes. Since we're going to read, oh, it's not actually update, it's write, because we can't use a pen. We need to write into the file every second. So since there's an update from Python 2 to Python 3, we can just put in here read, because this is actually a method, or I mean the file that you want to open, and this is the method on how you want to do the operation. So R is read, W is write, but there's an update that you can use R plus to specify that you want to read and write on that specific code. So yeah, that would be good. That's great. Shouldn't be any problem to this. Okay. Actually, there's also an update, I think, in Python 2 or Python 3, that every method or function that you're going to do, you actually need to put colon. Back then, I think you're not required to put a colon, but for this, you're required to do so. Am I putting the correct syntax? Come on. I'm just going to embarrass myself into this. I haven't slept. As I've mentioned earlier, I just got off from work. So let's name this as file. No, it's actually taken. Let's name we can name this as counter. Okay, I know it. We can name this as a handler. Yeah, definitely do that. So we actually need to put a loop so that we can do a recurring update for that counter. Okay. Let's put this minutes and seconds. Yeah, I think we can do that. What is this syntax again? I forgot. Come on, brain. Even though you're lack sleep, you can do this. Fuck. I'm just trying to remember the correct syntaxes. Because there's actually an operator that you can use this just to, you know, stick with the format of minutes and seconds. Let's try to input that. No. For Christ's sake. Am I trying to embarrass myself right now? Come on. I think I forgot. Let's consult the documentation, shall we? Because I'm actually getting lost here. Variables. Oh, come on. Basic operators. I think I can be able to find this in here. There's actually a special way for you to do this in, you know, in Python. Can't remember. I just used it 10 hours ago. Huh. Let's try to Google that. I think it's div something like this. Python 3. I know it. I know it. It's a quotient and remainder. I know it. What's the syntax? Okay, so that'll be minutes and seconds. Okay, so we got that right. Okay, We got that right. What we need to do right now is to create the correct format. So let's do show count. Show count. Let's console the Python 3 syntax, minutes and seconds, date time. So that's date time. I just need to know the format. Oh, by the way, we forgot to import the library time. That's actually pretty useful later. Come on, we actually need to know the format for this. It's actually imperative that you know the format, because you're actually going to need it to display things. What about minutes? Minutes. And let's try this. Okay, so we can do format value name. We can definitely use that if I remember that correctly. So we can definitely use this. It's useful. Okay. Need to insert. So for show count, we need to do something like this. Format minutes, seconds. It's actually important to, you know, set up the format of the countdown first before going to do the countdown, of course. Since we actually need to show a specific number, we can't use anything else. I'm not sure if I'm using the correct syntax here. I'm gonna try to search this because I'm not too confident with this. Alright, okay, I got it. Yep, I got it. So still correct. What about for Python or Python 3? Still acceptable though. So this is 2017. Python 3 was released 2008. Holy shit, so I've been using an old version of Python for those past few years. What the fuck? Yeah. So yeah, I just learned the Python with tutorials from YouTube, so maybe those are outdated. That's the reason why I wasn't able to code the correct way, because I've been using Python 2 syntax before I learned Python 3 or move out to Python 3. Okay, so since you're also going to run this in your terminal or command prompt, if you're going to use this in Windows, it's important for you to see the current timer. So we'll print that. Print, come on. Print show count. And in order for you to avoid printing a different line for this, because we actually only need to print one line and just update that, let's use and R. Is this right? Is this syntax still right? Python 3. Same line, yeah. That's the reason why we're using R. So put R blah 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 blah. Okay, my mistake. It's backslash. So here's where the time that sleep will come in. Time sleep 1. Time sleep. Oh, time that sleep. Time sleep 1. Yeah, sleep function. Time sleep 1. So feel free to watch or read the documentation yourself. I'm not going to explain much because I can barely talk right now because I'm tired. Where's my water? Excuse me. Okay, let's go back. So it's important for us to, you know, print this on the file. So for writing writing integer or string in Python 3, you're going to need and use handler dot write. And I think I got this. We actually need to get the current value of the file and then replace it with a show count. Yeah, I think I still got it. Oh, I forgot to enter, because we actually need to deduct the second to timer, so that would be -1. So for example, you're going to enter 300 seconds, so we actually need to start counting down from 300 to 99 to 98, something like that. Excuse me. So 300 seconds would equate to 5 minutes, and 120 seconds would equate to about 2 minutes. Is that right? Yeah, about 2 minutes. So that's actually the conversion. That's the reason why we're counting down. Yeah, we actually put down -1. After this, after we've entered this, so I think this is not right. Python write function. Right. I think this is incorrect. I got a feeling that this is replace. Python.write function. Yeah, W3 school is actually quite useful still. So this is read file. What about replace? Did they have replace? They don't have replace. So this is read, that's actually right. So we got it right. I think this is incorrect though. It's not actually right. It's actually dot replace. Because write would actually write a different line or just write the data without replacing the old one. So that's that replace. Yep. But I'm not too sure if we can write an integer to this. In order for us to properly do this, we actually need to open the file inside the loop. So let me put that here. Counter.text. The method in which you have to do it, so write plus handler is equal f.open. So this is actually the correct way to do it. Wait a second, did I just write open? Dude. I think I have a mistake here. It's not dot open, it's dot read. So it's a handler f.read or file.read. This is actually correct. Okay. With we can open the file again, since we actually do have opened the file. Replace the current number or data inside a file, we actually need to assign this and put another update, which is right. So that will be wait a second. So it's actually the time that we need to input the write for this. So that will be file.write. File.write. Oh. File.write. Show count. And don't forget, we actually need to put the file.close. So that will be f.close. Let's try to print something else first before we'll do it. No. Let's put that outside the while loop. So after the while runs out, we can display we are live, or yeah, we are now live, or we're live, depending on how you say it. So we're live. I think this would work in theory. Come on, I actually did this 10 hours ago. The fuck? Wild time, okay. So we actually, as I've mentioned earlier, the update is that we actually need to put colon. Enter. So let's do 5 minutes. Oh. Name count is not defined. Count. Where did I put count? Count. Which error was that? What line? That's line 30. Oh. It's line 30. It's actually counter, not count. Actually, oh, come on. Insert. It's actually count, and then this is time. 120 seconds. Ooh. There's no attribute open. Which part is that one? That's line 7. Line 7. Oh yeah. Let me correct that. I forgot to remove that, because we actually need to read the file inside the while loop. There's that. So 120 seconds. Oh. What? I just searched that earlier. How am I able to search? Is my syntax incorrect? It's actually div mod. What the fuck? Bunch of typographical errors ruining the party. So let's run this again. ./timer 120. Huh. Local variable minutes refers before assignment. Reference before assignment. Wait a second, let me check for the correct syntax for div mod. So this is incorrect. Oh, okay. So I know where I messed up. So for div mod, complex number and the numerator and denominator, since it's like division, so we need the timer, then 60. Because in every second, or in every minute, there's 60 seconds. So 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, or equivalent to 60 seconds. Ew, what the fuck is going on? Am I messing this up? I'm actually thinking on how I can do this. Huh. It's a div mod timer, 60 minutes, seconds. Or the thing is, maybe it's actually having a conflict with time.sleep. Let's change the name. Let's change the variable name to T. Let's see if this works. Yeah. I occasionally forgot that there are specific names. I mean, yeah, there's a specific name that has a specific function to Python, or reserve words, something like that, so you can just use that. $300 seconds. Hey, what? How am I messing this up? What's the error? Come on, this stream is supposed to last 1 hour. The fuck am I doing? I can't remember. So that's in line 28 and line 7. So those are both for the variable T. Come on, dude. You're embarrassing yourself. So if this is not correct, what's the correct way to do it though? Oh, that's div mod Python 3. Nah, I'm not gonna look into that. A pair of tuple. So that's time divided by 60. Okay. I see what's the issue here. I wasn't able to change that to this. Let's do 300. $120. Unsupported operand type for divmod, str, and int. 28 and 11. 28 and 11. Wait, how so? Because this is actually a correct way to do divmod. Come on, come on. This is just a simple timer and I'm having a hard time doing it. The fuck? Oh my god. It's a good thing that I don't have any viewers right now, because this is actually embarrassing. So the error is this, it's a type error. So I actually have a string being inputted that needs to be an integer. I think I know where it is. It's actually here. So this is supposed to be int, or converted to integer. 300 seconds. Encounter. Unsupported operation not readable. Wait, how is it not readable? Because I already opened this. What's the error? IO unsupported. I do have the correct syntax, probably. Maybe. Okay, so I didn't indicate the way, which is right. So 300 seconds, I hope this works. This shit works. Let me open the file. So this is countdown. So it's actually being registered. That's nice. So it's 4:34. Let's open that again. 4:32. Right. It's being updated from time to time. What we need to do is to change this format. It's not good. We actually need to change that as colon. Oh. Colon. Excuse me. Oh, come on. Oh, what the fuck? Let's do 120 seconds. Alright, so that's actually it. So we're done with read file counter. We actually done with create a countdown. We actually able to write every second, and you can use this on your OBS. So the basics of it, or the basic way to do it, is that you can just, let me pull up my OBS here. Go to your OBS and create a text. So let's name this as counter. Find the text file, but click this first, read from file, and remove the enable anti-aliasing, because this actually hides the text, so you won't be able to see it. So remove that. Browse a file. Browse a file and look for the countdown timer. See, every second the file is being updated, so you can just put that on your OBS. It's actually pretty easy to do. There's no complicated tricks to it. If I'm going to stop this on my terminal, the file or the countdown on the OBS would also stop. So here it is, guys. They're pretty basic. It's not. This is not actually a tutorial. This is just a demo on this. So you can get this code on my GitHub repository, GitHub repo. You can go to github.com/Adrian Ducal, which you can see this code here, and you can be able to download it and use it whenever you like. So I think that everybody's is actually asleep right now, since it's just 6:47 a.m. here in the Philippines. This is 6:47 a.m. Philippine Standard Time. This is actually morning time here in the Philippines, and I think everybody's asleep. That's the reason why I don't have any chats or any viewers. So don't worry, you'll just watch this on your free time. So thank you so much, guys, for watching the stream, and of course, again, thank you so much for supporting the stream. I really appreciate it, because even though I'm offline and, you know, not providing any content, you actually supported me and, you know, followed the goal that we have. Because actually the main goal for October was actually 15 followers, but you actually exceeded the expectation. On the day of my birthday, we actually reached, at the end of the stream, we actually reached 22 followers, and then by this day, and we actually have 40. Is that 46? We actually have 46 hours to go before October 31st. I'm not gonna ask much, guys, but can we hit 30 followers for this month of October? Because if we can, that would be great. That would be a nice even number. Well, 28 is an even number, but divisible by 10. Well, just kidding, guys. Your support is actually appreciated. We'll do a dev stream this upcoming Saturday, so that will be tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the dev stream in the morning, or I think I'm just going to do this in evening, because it's a little bit quieter and things. Yeah, we're also going to tackle some React Native. We're going to create some simple mobile app tomorrow. Because let me tell you a story. I actually struck a deal. A good friend of mine actually came up to me and asked if we can develop a mobile app for a specific business venture. So it's just me and him that we're partnering up with this. His idea is actually good, and I think that there's a big market for this. There's a gap on the market that we can exploit. So yeah, I think I should start doing that, and be familiarized with React Native, because we're going to use that for the mobile app development. He's not actually a programmer though, or a developer. He's actually in different kind of industry. He's an engineer. I'm not going to provide the specific details about the app or what the app would be. I'm not going to provide the specific process that we're going to take, but it's actually intended to create and support guys like us, YouTubers, streamers, and gamers, or anyone who's creating videos. So I'm not going to provide any details about that, but yeah, I think we can finish the development, or I can finish the development, since I'm just the developer for this. Since we are partnering up, is going to tackle the business side, and I'm going to do the development. I think we can finish this by 2021, maybe December of 2021, or release it before December of 2021. So we have a long way to go, but I think I can do dev stream. I'm going to ask him if I can show some things, but of course, to avoid things to be complicated, I'm going to use .env for environmental variables, to avoid showing anything like API secret keys and database password and something like that. So we're going to use those. There's not much a lot to it on this stream. It's just a very special day to thank the followers that we have. Thank you so much. Of course, whenever I'm going to have any followers or any special requests from the chat, we're always going to do a special stream to it. Because whenever I'm offline and someone is actually following the stream, you're not actually getting the greetings that you need to get, or the thank you that you need to get. So this is the reason why I'm doing this again. For Ivan Mano 90, for Jimmy Pie, for Carlo Ree, for Jamiel Pix, for Luda Crispier, and for Yabile. Thank you so much for following the stream. I hope that you won't be disappointed with the content. This is mostly gaming and programming and dev stream, something like that. Sometimes just chatting. So yeah, I think I should end the stream right here, because I'm just bubbling around, talking shit, and walking in circles and topics. So yeah. So for this code, you can just go to the GitHub repository that I have. My private, it's actually on public. github.com/Adrian Ducal. You can clone it, fork it, improve it. I have nothing to or have nothing against it. You can do whatever you want, as long as at least you give me a credit for it, since I wrote this. or you can just follow me on GitHub. That'll be a nice help. Alright, so thank you so much for the time. If you're watching this, thank you so much for the support, and have a good one, okay? Peace out.